Hello there, my name's Vince from My Mate Vince, and in this video today we're going to try to fix up this Nespresso coffee maker and also milk frother. Bought it from eBay as faulty. Long story short is that I've actually bought this to try to get a working machine to fix another one that I'm having a complete nightmare with, and I've already spent a day trying to fix. So I'll flash up on screen what I paid for this. Basically it does seem to do certain functions, but it's not working. So if I plug it in here, oh, it's already plugged in. Then if I turn it on, you will see that I can do these functions here, and I can also mess with the temperature. Yeah, but yet what will happen is this maintenance light here will just blink every so many seconds. I haven't counted, maybe every 10 seconds or something like that. But I've got water in it. When I press this, nothing's happening. And that normally means descaling mode. But to get into descaling mode, to descale it, you have to hold this down for 6 seconds and nothing's happening. Normally you hold it down for 6 seconds, you put this dial around here, put this dial to here, and then it will start to descale. But even when I hold this down for 6 seconds, these lights here are supposed to blink and they're not blinking. Now, my initial thinking is, I'm wondering if it's as simple as the button not working, because check this out. When I unplug it from here, and then when I plug it back in, basically the machine's off. You see me turn it on earlier by wobbling one of these, but look, it doesn't turn on by hitting this one here. So I'm wondering, is that why you can't descale it? Because this button is physically not working. I mean, it's clicking, but that's the only thing I can think of, because whenever we turn something else, it comes to life. So let's bring it over to the blue mat, take it apart, and let's get to this button and see whether we do a quick continuity test on the actual circuit board underneath here to see if that button's working. It could be as simple as that. Fingers crossed. Right, there's already a load of teardown videos online, so I'm just going to whiz through that. I'm looking at the bottom here and I can see that it's already been worked on, because there's a screw missing here. That looks like an oversized screw compared to the others. So yeah, not really sure what's going on here. I thought maybe that I would be the first one in here, but I don't think I've got that privilege. Now, I've been doing YouTube since 2014, and you think all these years later I would have something in place that I would know if something's not working. But no, I had my microphone cable unplugged. So I've had to put the audio right up in the editing software, and that's why it sounds so bad. Bear with me, I'll just do a little voiceover. I do pick this up after about 15 minutes filming, so I'm sure as far as the video is concerned, it's probably only going to be about 5 minutes or so that you'll have to suffer with this audio. But it's worth it. This is a good video, I think, so it's worth it. Weirdly, there seems to be loads of watermarks up here. I don't quite know what's happened there. Yeah, it seems to be going down up this area here, which isn't very far from here. I wonder if it's water damaged. Right, I can feel it's warm, so when I had it on, the heater must have been working. Right now, we need, what bit do we need? We need this bit here. So let's find out if this thing up here is not working properly. Again, it looks like water damage here. Let's get rid of this. I've got a feeling it's going to be water damage on the switch. Obviously, when I was working on it, it's unplugged. So there's about 5 more Torx screws to undo, and then we'll have access to the bottom of the suspected faulty switch. Right, let's unplug it from here. Right, that's corroded there. Can you see? Let me zoom in on that to show you. If you have a look at those pins there, can you see that we've got signs of corrosion on the edge ones and that edge one there? Yeah, so I definitely think this is water damage related. Right, so you press the button in here and it presses this button here. Well, do you know what? Maybe it's the corrosion here, because it's going to travel down this board to go to the front board, isn't it? And maybe it's not being recognised because of the corrosion on this bit. So this switch itself might be fine. In fact, oh, hold on 1 second now. Oh, here we go. No, can you see we've got a bit of corrosion on that switch? Yeah, because that copper just needs to touch the outer one to the middle one, and Don't know if it looks very healthy. Let's zoom in. I think it's probably more likely to be this here. So what's going on here? Has it been painted with somebody tried to fix all... Oh no, look, that's coming away there. Hold on now. We need it to go onto the middle here. So is that corrosion there? And the whole thing should be silver. It should be, shouldn't it? Yeah, that's corrosion. Look at that. Because when you press the button down, you just shorten between both of them. Let me just double check that. So we've got nothing on that bit, but yet we have on this bit. Ah, no, hold on. No, we got nothing here. Hold on. It was the copper bits that were conductive, not the rest of it. Right, okay, well, this switch is not going to work. Yeah, you see it's wiping all away now. But there was very little of it left. Whether there was enough to make a contact or not, I don't know. But yeah, there's nothing happening here now. Oh, there is. Hold on. There is something happening. So was that just corrosion then? I think it might have been. Right, let's see if I can work out what pins are what. So this must go to here, that goes to there. Okay, and the outer one. So it's these two. So this one is here, and this one's here. Let's clean up. I think the problem's here. So let's get rid of this. I think that now is going to work. Let's clean up here. Let's see if we've got corrosion in this bit. No, so we're clean on that bit there. So we're going to clean up this bit here. We've already cleaned up here, but I'll do that again with some isopropyl alcohol. And let's, we're going to have to clean up the contacts in here as well, aren't we? Let's see if it's gone down as far as the board in here. Now these clips are probably going to break when I open them up. That clip there did break, but it'd be okay, it's still going to hold. These clips are more forgiving here. I just want to see if there's any corrosion on the board. No, it's perfect. Right, let's get the isopropyl alcohol out. We're going to clean the pins here, and we're going to clean these pins here. Hopefully that might have fixed it. Annoyingly, my mic wasn't plugged in and I didn't realise. Apologies. Anyway, we've found corrosion on here and also on this little bit here. So we're going to give this a nice good clean with isopropyl alcohol. This looks clean here, but this will also need a clean here, but the rest of the board is fine. So here we go. A nice bit of IPA. What? Ah! Brings me on nicely to the sponsor of today's video. Now in this instance here, the corrosion was on the button, but it could easily have been on the board. Many times the boards do have corrosion on them. Now, wouldn't this little board be the perfect board to start your adventure into PCB design and manufacture? And that is where PCB Way can help you out. PCB Way have over a decade experience in the PCB industry. They have state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities and they use the latest technology to produce high-quality PCBs that meet your specification. At PCB Way, they have a range of services including PCB prototyping, PCB assembly, flexible PCBs, high-density PCBs, CNC machining and 3D printing. And with the 3D printing, you can print in a variety of different materials, including but certainly not limited to resin, PEEK, and also titanium. So a massive thanks to PCBWay for sponsoring the My Mate Vince channel. Now back to my favourite thing in the world, isopropyl alcohol. Here we have the wonder stuff. So let's give it a nice clean up and get rid of all that nasty corrosion. Now remember, it's the actual holes here that make the contact with the pins here. So even if there was a bit of corrosion here, as long as it wasn't shorting with the one next to it, it wouldn't really make too much difference. But I'm going to give it all a clean up because we don't really want corrosion anywhere near it. So I'm just pushing it in and out a few times. Hopefully it might clean up the corrosion, a bit of friction. Right, I think that will do. Let's put it back together and see if it's working. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a wet wipe and clean around the place because there is a lot of mess and kind of other coffee stains stuck everywhere. That's how the mechanism works, you see, for the when you slide the thing in. It's lovely, isn't it? Look at that spring section. That's so smooth. It's nice because it goes so far before it gives. You have to kind of get halfway before it gives. I really like that. To think it was somebody's job to probably design that to make it feel as good as it does. Rather than just like whack, whack. Just cleaning up that with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol as well. Yeah, that's what it would have been like originally. So all those marks on it was must have been coffee, because you can see that looks lovely now. I thought there might have been conductive paint or something on it, but no, it's not the case. So basically, I think that there was the problem. Just gonna take the button out. It feels a bit sticky. Yeah, look at all the gunk in there. And it's keyed as well, like an Xbox controller button or PlayStation 4, so you can't put it in the wrong way. There's a little key part there. That's clicking nicely. In fact, we should be able to test that now for continuity nice and easily. Yes, listen to that. Fantastic, excellent. I knew what pins to use there. Basically, it was the second and third one, because remember I tested that earlier when I had the little board out. So the cleaning of all the spilt coffee is probably going to take longer than the actual potential fix on this item. While we're doing the cleaning, let's give a shout out to the My Mate Vince Massive. They're the top level patrons. Massive this month are kitdigital.com, Kip Hakes, Max Rokotansky, Having Fun Repairs, Chris Seal, Felipe at MrKeebs.com, DJ VG, Pigsy, Robert from Timsy's Auto Air, Daniel Watson, Zeke C, Anthony Dean, Bazza2, Russ Melanson, Ellis Garbett, Gaspar Heller, Richard Bergland, Jacob Culpin, Matt Rawlins, and Soul Reaver 555. Thank you so much, guys. Now this is all back together, so let's see if the top button's going to do anything, because remember before it was completely dead. Right, before I put any more screws in it, I just want to put these front things back on, and we'll see whether or not it makes any difference. Yeah, that only fits in one way as well, so the circle one goes down the very bottom. It's actually quite nice to take apart. Right, I'm going to plug it in, but I'm going to keep my hands well away from any of the cables because obviously there's exposed 240 volts in around this area here, so it would be easily enough to kill you. Let's just plug it in. Let's see if it's going to behave any differently. So let's see if we hit this one. Ah, there we go. Can you see? It came on there and it didn't come on like that before. So let's get it fully back together with all the screws in, and then we'll pick up again when we're in the kitchen, and we have to try to get it out of this descaling mode, or we have to try and descale it because I think that's what the machine wants, but you couldn't do it because the top button didn't work, so it didn't allow you to descale it. Right, so it's plugged in, there's some water in. It now turns on from there, which is great. Let's see if it still does the blinking light. Yes, it does. So let's see if we can hold it down for 6 seconds, whether it will go into that kind of descale mode. Okay, I'm going to cut it here because I spent about 15 minutes doing it wrong. There's no need to watch that. When I actually read up about it, it's quite straightforward. What you have to do is you have to make sure the machine's completely off. Then you hold down the on button for 6 seconds. So it turns the machine on and puts it straight in to the settings mode. Then you have to turn the left-hand knob to the ristretto, and then you have to hit the brew button, the button we just fixed. Then you hit the temperature to the right hand side, hit the brew button again. That puts it into descaling mode. It's good that you do it like that because it means you don't accidentally put it into descale mode, because it takes about 20 minutes to work through. So I'm just using some descaler that I've got for my actual bean to cup machine. I'm not sure if it's the correct type for this particular one, but if it gets rid of the scaling DeLonghi, I can't see why it wouldn't get rid of the scaling the Nespresso. So yeah, I'm just working through that on this fast forwarded bit here, and then let's finish up the video making a nice cup of coffee. And also testing out the milk frother. Right, now I've got some milk in here. It's got a nice little detachable thing. So it's obviously done by induction. That's magnetic as well. I'm not sure if that heats up as well as froths. So you've got to turn it on. Oh, no, you don't have to. I was doing it already. I wonder, is that heating it? Or is it purely frothing? I don't even know how long you're supposed to leave it on for. It's silent in operation. It's amazing. Right, let's get our coffee on the go. So, open this up, pop one of these in. What size do I have to have? Do you know what? Let's have it, I don't know. Let's do, I'm adding milk to it, so I suppose I'll just leave it at that. No, I don't fancy it too strong. Let's do it there. Right, and I want it hot. Let's go. Why is it not going? That's in there. Can you, oh, hold on, let's turn that off. Maybe you can't do two things at the same time. Is that warm? Yes, it is warm. Yeah, that is warm, fantastic. Right, okay. There we go. Maybe you can't do two things at the same time. Should be able to do it though, I think. Let's just see. Yeah, I think you can. Oh, it smells nice. Excellent. Well, it smells nice. Let's. I'm just going to add some milk to that. Let me just put this down. I presume you're supposed to put it from here into a mug, maybe, because all the froth. I'm not sure how that's supposed to work. Anyway, it certainly does froth up. Look at that in there. And let's say if I want to turn it off, what do? I don't even know how to turn the thing off. Right, apparently you put it all the way down, it flashes and then turns itself off. I wonder, does it do a cleaning cycle or is it all done? No. And then when you turn it on again, does it do a cleaning cycle? No, so it's not like my bean to cup, which flushes through with hot water before and after each go. Anyway, let's turn that off and we'll do a little taste test. There's no sugar or anything in it. Look at the cream on that. it's nice. It's not quite as nice as my bean to cup, but saying that is because it depends on the bean that goes into it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I could get quite used to that. Well, for me, the winner there is the little milk frother. I think that's a really nice little option because I'll be honest with you, that bean to cup takes quite a bit of effort when you want to actually use it. While with this, I think this would be quicker because of the milk frother here seems quicker because you just sort of let it do its own thing, while on my one I've got to kind of stir it round and stuff. But you know, it's whatever. A lot of people like putting fresh beans into it, so I do get that, and I think the fresh beans would work out a lot cheaper than these capsules, and as well as that, less wastage as well, because I put the fresh beans onto the waste I put into my garden, you see, because I think it acts as like fertilizer, and also for me it stops cats from pooing everywhere, because everyone around here has block paved their drives. Well, I'm one of the only ones with grass, so all the cats from the neighbourhood like to deposit their stomach into my deposit their bowels into my garden. Also, you see, this is wasteful here. They can be recycled, so you would store them all up and then get them to be recycled. Or I think maybe even they collect them, I'm not too sure, but most people would throw that straight in the bin. While with the coffee beans, you see, you get a big pack of beans, and then it's only the packet itself that needs to be thrown or recycled. So yeah, but anyway, forget about all that. What a nice little fix that was, a complete honest fix. Just corrosion in here, so somebody had obviously spilt a cup of coffee over it, and I suppose it sat on there time after time, and then eventually stopped that button from being pressed down. I don't believe the IPA cleaning did anything. I think it was purely that button there. But saying that, it's good that it's now cleaned, and also I've given the inside of that a nice good clean, and the inside of this machine was very good, so I don't think it's had that much use. So yeah, a winner all round. If you enjoyed the video, give it a massive thumbs up. I'm going to enjoy my cup of coffee now and start editing up this video. Thanks for watching, everyone.